Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye, and today we are going to be doing another installment of the makeup that I want but I'm not gonna buy. This is basically my version of an anti-haul of stuff that I actually really want and I'm trying to talk myself out of them. This is one of my favourite series that I have ongoing on my channel, and I realised that the last time I did one of these videos was a year ago. Huh? Just scooch myself over so we can put the images right here. Unfortunately, we'll have to be covering Bella. Also, look at Ziggy. Look at how fucking good he's doing. I love it. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna be talking about, and this is something that literally just got sneak peeked. Like, as I'm recording this, it got sneak peeked like yesterday. So, these are the new palettes from Odin's Eye. The Jewels and Gem palette, which is that cooler toned, like, mauvey one. And the other one is called Stone and Rock palette. The names were right there. I don't know why I found it so hard to find the name. But these are the two palettes. One's more green toned, which you know is one that I'm just like, I'm watching. I fucking love greens so much. And then the Jewels and Gems one is really pretty, like, mauvey, cool tones. And to be honest, I love the look of both of them. Like, they're both gorgeous. Like, seeing the swatches are just like, I love Odin's Eye's formula. I recently bought their Flora Story palette, like, when that released. And I do like the new format that they're doing with these, like, different shaped pans and, like, how everything's kind of this similar, like, pan shape and all that. Now, back in the day, I, like, used to collect Odin's Eye stuff, and I'm glad that I don't anymore because they have a lot of stuff in their line, and a lot of, like, limited edition stuff, so I'm glad that I'm no longer a collector of. I'm just very much, like, an admirer of Odin's Eye. Like, I love their vibe, I love their brand, like, I love the products that I've tried from them, and part of me really wants to get these palettes because they're just beautiful, but I know that I have similar tones in my collection, especially of that green one. Like, I can name you a load of palettes. Like, even Flora Story probably has similar tones to that. I feel like the Jewels and Gems one, that is definitely more unique to my collection. Like, I don't think I have many tones like that. But that being said, do I wear tones like that? And I don't really feel like I do. Like, I don't think I'd gravitate towards them. But I don't know, I think because they're, like, a mix of colourful and neutral, and I love a mix of those two. Like, as much as I love colour, I also love neutrals just as much, and they're just getting to me. I feel like at some point I probably will pick up these palettes. I can't even lie to you, like, at some point, maybe, but for now, I'm gonna try and hold off. Now, the next palette that I want to mention, again, most of the things I talk about are palettes, but this is a new palette from Cleona, and this is their Deep Sea Treasures palette, and it's a palette of 8 multichromes inspired by the sea. Now, a lot of people have said that they are more duochromes than multichromes, but I can't lie, fucking love these colours. Like, this is so pretty. I love the ocean. I love any, like, theming around nature, like, be it, like, forests or ocean, like, anything like that, it gets me. And these colours are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just, like, so infatuated with them. Like, especially the shade Ring of Fire and Saltwater Pearl. Like, those two are, like, I would get those as singles. I don't think they are going to be sold as singles, though. The thing that stops me is the shipping, because I get customs on Cleona orders, and it's expensive. I think total, including, like, shipping and customs, I have paid, like, £50 or more, maybe like 60, which is just too much money, I'm sorry. And while I love every single colour in this palette, the palette retails for 125 Canadian dollars, approximately 95 US dollars. I'm probably getting the math a bit wrong, but around there. It's not cheap, it's expensive, and I just can't justify spending that much money on a palette. Yes, it's all multi-chrome, but I just can't justify it. It's just out of my price range. I did ask on Instagram, what are some dupes of Ring of Fire, that shade specifically, because it is incredible. Loads of people told me that Proxima Proxima from Terra Moons is essentially a dupe, just a bit more flaky, and I actually love flaky formulas, so I'm gonna get that next time I order from Terra Moons. And also Noopur makeup. I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong, I'm so sorry. She did, like, on her stories, comparison swatches of all of the Cleona shades from this palette versus other singles and other, like, palette shades. And I owned 90% of the dupes that she mentioned. I really don't need this palette. Like, the only shades I don't own anything similar to are Ring of Fire and Shipwreck. And Shipwreck is a shade that I just wouldn't use anyway. It's like that black-red multichrome. Like, they're pretty to look at, but I just wouldn't use it. Ooh, should we talk about something that's a bit dicey? Yeah, I'm living for the drama, let's do it. So this is another all multichrome palette, and this palette just speaks to my fucking soul. This is the Seahorse palette from Adept Cosmetics. It's a 15 like pan like multichrome palette. I know 100% I've got dupes of these, but I cannot lie to you. If I had the money, I would have a hard time saying no, because these look how beautiful these are. Again, I love the theming. Like, the theming is, you know, seahorse, which reminds me like of Lure. I'm actually wearing Lure today. Like, wouldn't that seahorse palette pair really nicely with Lure? Like, that would be stunning. Definitely won't be picking it up, as much as I aesthetically love it. Like, everything about it I love. The main reasons why I am not gonna buy it. It's $140 US. Hey Google, what's 140 USD to Great British pounds?
$140 equals 112 pounds and 46 pence.
I simply cannot justify that. Alright, my camera battery died and I got chilly, so it's hoodie time. Combined with the fact that their international shipping is actually just criminal offensive side eye. They also have previously treated their customers, their international customers specifically, like they're an inconvenience, and just kind of have been like catty and a bit like just rude about the whole situation, which, okay, I'm a business owner myself, and I'm aware international shipping fucking sucks. Like, in the sense of, it's expensive, a lot can go wrong, but it's not the customer's fault. Like, I am flattered that anybody is ever willing to pay international shipping to buy my products. Like, I am just like, thank you so much for like putting up with it and really wanting to try my brand. Like, it's not an inconvenience. I just get, you know, worried that, like, you know, it is a lot of money. I would never treat my customers like it was an inconvenience. And on top of that, they have been called out for being ableist and also misgendering a customer and posting on their page said customer's email address and the emails that this customer sent, and said that they were harassing them, which... oh, I did not go to business school. I don't have any degree in terms of running a business, but even I know that you don't do that shit. Like, that's borderline doxing someone. That is doxing someone. You're putting someone's personal information out there that they didn't consent to, and putting private emails like on your public page, as well as misgendering the person and being like ableist as well. When the customer, I believe all they like really wanted was like the website to be more accessible and all of that, and their response was basically like, no, love heart. You can read into the drama. I'm pretty sure there are some pages that have talked about it. They did issue an apology, but I don't know, the whole situation kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth, so I have just gone off of Adept. But I'll be fully honest, this palette is very tempting. Like, it is beautiful. If all of the shit with Adept didn't happen and this palette was cheaper, I mean, it is a luxury item, it is all multi-chromes, it's a £15 palette, like, it's a big palette, but I'm allowed to say it's a lot of money. Like, I know why, it's just a lot of money. Another palette, and this one you can actually buy as singles too, and I probably would buy, like, individual singles. This is from Dandelion's Co. This is their spring pastel palette. I actually don't know what the name of it is, but it's this one right here. It's a bunch of their spring mattes, and they're all pastels, and I have recently tried Dandelion's Co. for the first time, and I love their matte formula. I completely understand why they are such a darling and such a niche brand that loads of people love, but not enough people fully talk about them. Their matte formula is fucking sexy. It is lovely. It is stunning. So silky. They are so saturated. I mean, look at these swatches. First of all, I love when people swatch on this part of their arm. I don't know why, it's just really satisfying to me. And yeah, all of these colours are absolutely stunning, but the reason that I'm not going to be buying these is purely because I have a ridiculous amount of pastel mattes in my collection, between single shadows and a bunch of other palettes. I mean, even in Blend Bunny Lure, I'm only talking about this so much because it's right in front of me. This has a whole row of pastel. I love the shade Pollen Puff, that is such a cute name. But yeah, I love this. If I had a lacking of mattes in my collection, of pastel mattes, I would go for this. But I have Sugar Pill Fun Size 1 and 2. I've got Creepy Cute. I don't need it, you know? Now this is a part 2 to a collab with 2 of my favourite creators. I mean, I have so many favourite creators, it's a long, long list. This is the Shine by SD, Bizarre Revolta, and M Jones 5018. Monica and Lisa's collab with Shine by SD, the Duality 2.0 collection. And this is a sequel to their first Duality, bundle that they've done. And it's 2 palettes, and again, palettes of multichromes. Multichromes, my beloved. The indie community's beloved. First of all, this picture, I don't know who took it. I don't know if it was the owner of Shine by SD, Monica, or Lisa. Whoever took this picture, or somebody else, you deserve so much money, because isn't this the most appealing fucking image ever? But yeah, I will show you the swatches of the 2 palettes. I forgot the names of the 2 of them, but let's go with this one first. This one contains the shades Grady Magic, Fairy Ring, Lorelei, Whistling Woods, Echidna, and Changeling. And I know these swatches are Lisa's. Lisa's swatches get me every time. I have so many friends that do beautiful swatches and product photography, and I could never. I am shit at that. I love the shade Fairy Ring, and I mean the fact that it's called Fairy Ring and it's spelt like that. Come on. You know I was eyeing that. Like I've said with the previous things I've mentioned, I probably have dupes of this in my collection. Changeling, I'm pretty sure there's a shade similar in the Fantasy Cosmetica Druid palette that I own. Whistling Woods, I'm pretty sure I have something similar to that somewhere. Lorelei is basically a deep version of the Cosmos by Tara Moons. I say that, it's probably not at all, but it's just that's the shade that I'm thinking of that I own that could be similar. I really like the shade Granny Magic. I think it's so cute and it makes me think of my Bubba. Nadushta would love that. And the other palette right here, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that first name. For some reason when I read that I want to say Genshin, but that's a video game. Then we have Apex, Purple Moon, Moon Eyes, Will-O-the-Wisp, and Feldgeist? Feldgeist. Either way, these shades also gorgeous. The 2 shades from this lineup that I can tell you straight up I love the most are Apex and Will-O-the-Wisp. But yeah, the reason why I'm not going to be buying these, I'm pretty sure you can buy them as singles. I don't know if you can buy them individually or just as a bundle. I don't remember. I should probably actually, let me look. All right, the palettes retail for $88 US, 120 Canadian, which is a lot of money. But again, it's a palette of multi-chromes. It's kind of you know, it makes sense, but it is expensive. You can get the bundles of 6 for $84 US, 115 Canadian, without the palette. Since when did Shine by SD sell body butters? Holy shit, that looks fucking cool. Yeah, you can only buy them as a bundle of 6, which I understand, but at the same time, I wish they did what they did with the Earthborn collection that they did with Riley, where you can buy the entire bundle, but you could also buy them individually. I just think every brand should do that if they're releasing singles. That's just my opinion. Oh, and a lot of the Earthborn shades are still in stock, so there you go. Yeah, that's why I'm gonna be passing on these. You can only buy them as a bundle. If you could buy them as singles, I'd buy a few, but Alas. Okay, the next item is from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I've been talking about Blend Bunny like inadvertently so much because of lore today, but this is something I really desperately want, but don't think I'll pick up, and it's their Bare and Juicy collection. But yeah, this collection includes 2 blush palettes and 2 like collections of lip oils. Like there's the Juicy Cheeks quad and then the Bare Cheeks quad, which, can I just say, the promo shots, fucking beautiful, especially for the Bare like line. Like, it's very naughty. I really like it. Now, I love blush. I'm a blush bitch, and these are like known as very pigmented matte blushes, which is something that I love. I love pigmented matte blushes. Like, pigmented blush, if I could bathe myself in blush, I would. I went quite reserved with my blush today, but I just love blush. It's my favourite fucking thing. That's it, that's the tweet. I'll use a blush duo, but no palette. It's, I don't know, I just don't really use face palettes. It's just, I just rather reach for a single or a duo. And if they released like these palettes, but like as duos or singles, like I would totally buy like at least a couple. They are just so saturated and stunning. And because of how pigmented they are, they can, basically all shades can work on every single skin tone. And the lip oils, I mean, I have enough lip products, and lip products expire a lot quicker than, you know, powder products. So I want to kind of like get through the lip products I own. But yeah, anything Blend Bunny does, I like basically already want. But as much as I love this release, I'm not gonna buy it. Now, this is a brand that I've heard quite a bit about, but I've never bought from myself, and this is Bella Beauty Bar, and they have this palette, which is the Pastel Garden, I think it's called, palette, and this, when it was released not too long ago, I looked at it and was like, hand it over. I am a self-proclaimed pastel goblin, I'm a self-proclaimed iridescent slag. Those are my favourite things. Now, while this may not have many iridescent shadows, it is a pastel palette of dreams, and I love it. I love looking at it. It's just so appealing, and these are all my favourite tones to wear. I mean, there's a lot of tones that I like wearing, but pastels always make me feel like me, you know? The one thing that stops me with Bella Beauty Bar, with like these palettes, is how fucking huge they are. Like, that is like a dinner plate. Like, that's just too big. It's 36 shades, and I have a Blend Bunny palette that's 30 shades. I think it's 30 shades. And that's just about too much for me. Like, I think the biggest palette I prefer, again, I'm using Laura as an example, is 24. Like, I feel like 24 is the absolute maximum for me. Like, this is, like, still, like, borderline overwhelming, but not too much. Like, I could still, you know, process it. I've just never got down with huge palettes. It's just not for me. And I know that if I got this, I would just look at it and just be so overwhelmed with choice that I just would put it down and use something else. That's just the unfortunate truth. But every time I see people use it and swatch it, I'm like, oh, what palette is that? And they're like, it's the Pastel Garden. And I'm like, fuck. Unfortunately, I know I wouldn't use it, but it is very stunning. Are we ready for something a bit unexpected that is very bizarre that I would want? These are some new Dior blushes. Now, when have I ever talked about wanting Dior or any, like, luxury makeup? Because I'm not a luxury makeup boy. There's a couple of brands, like, I like some high-end brands, but my heart is always with indie brands. Luxury, I just don't pay attention to. It's just not for me. Like Gucci, Chanel. Dior have shown off 3 more shades of their backstage blushes. These were like those super viral, like that bright peach and that fucking bubblegum pink that, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that shade of pink. I'm sorry. Eyeshadow, it's cute. Blush, it looks weird on me. It's just not for me. Those are the 2 blushes that went viral on TikTok. because Kylie Jenner or something used them. I guess. I don't care. I literally could not give any less of a shit about the Kardashian Jenner, like, cult. I don't care. But yeah, those went super viral, so they released more shades, which is good. And these shades, something about just looking at these 3 shades together makes me really interested. And, like, the embossing's really pretty. I love these shades. These are shades of blush I'd use all the time. First of all, I don't think Dior's cruelty-free and all the makeup I buy is cruelty-free. They do look gorgeous, but I won't buy them. I've talked about this in my makeup brands that I, like, would be a completionist for, like, if I could. And these are the Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow palettes. So the first one and the Rose one, the volume 2. I know they are standard neutral palettes. I know. And I also know that the second one, the like Rose edition, has had a lot of controversy recently because it's been growing mold, and their customer service team is like, no, we're not gonna replace or refund it. Which again is just fucking mad to me. Like, at least give a refund, at least offer to replace it. Like, mold, it's mold! I know in most scenarios mold can't kill you, but it's not nice. It's fucking nasty. My dumbass still wants this palette, even though people have said it gets moldy. Like, I'm still looking at it and I'm like, oh, but it's so pretty. It's so cute though. These tones are so romantic and pretty. I love neutrals, and Patrick Ta is one of those brands that I feel like I romanticize a lot in my head because I just look at their stuff and I'm like, wow, I want to be like that. I want to be classy. I want to be like, I want to be one of those people that wears, like, you know, all Patrick Ta and is really fancy. I'm not like that. I mean, look at me. Look at me. I am wearing an old ass oversized hoodie that I have had since I was 10. Do I look fancy to you? I also have my fly undone and my top button undone right now because I ate a really big meal and I'm bloating a little bit. My tum-tum's hanging low. I'm not a fancy queen. If anything, I'm your bog standard swamp fairy witch. And the first one as well, it's just, if for some reason it gets me, I don't know why. It's just, I guess the allure of it, and it's like, ooh, it's so pretty. And like, the embossing's really pretty, like the shades are really nice, like I would use them a lot, but like, I literally have these shades in my collection. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, check samo second. I'm gonna do a video soon on like my favorite neutral eyeshadows, so I'm not gonna linger on these for too long, but like 2 of my favorite palettes in my collection are the Blend Bunny All Done Up and Glaminatrix Nearly Natural. Okay, obviously not the same like tones, but like look at the variety in here. Look at the material. And then we have Nearly Natural, which is probably more akin to these Patrick Ta shades, and like, I love this palette with my whole fucking heart. So I'm just like, why would I buy something new when I literally have it right here? And I love these palettes so much, like I use them all the time, and if I bought the Patrick Ta one, I probably won't use these ones as much, or I won't use the Patrick Ta one as much. And for that price, because his palettes are quite expensive, I mean his makeup's really expensive, like I would want to use it as much as possible. So yeah, I think I really talked myself out of those Patrick Ta ones. I don't really want moldy makeup. Mold gives me the major ick. I've got contamination OCD and it's not fun. Like, it's really not fun. So if I saw mold in my eyeshadow palette, that would send me into a meltdown, so. Anyways, with all of that said and done, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know, what are some makeup products that you want but you're not gonna buy, and your reasoning for them? And do we have any similarities? Do let me know. But if you'd like to see more makeup content from me, then you can follow me on my Instagram. It's faerie.skye right here. I post all my looks there and I'm active on there every single day. And if you'd like to support me further, I do have my own small business, Rain Cloud Candles Co. We are a small queer-owned business based in the UK and we make handmade candles. The link to shop will be down below along with our social media if you'd like to support us. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. And as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!